What we have here in front of us are slip slops. Some of you may know them as flip-flops or sandals and may be asking what on earth is Jim Green doing making slip slops. We'll get to that a little bit later in this video, but for now, a little bit of history on South African slang and English. Here in South Africa, we have some weird and wonderful words for various things, and slip slops happen to be one of them. So what you know as flip-flops or sandals, somewhere along the line, South Africans decided that these would be called slip slops, and my only guess can be from the funky noise that they make when walking. A few others: a pickup truck we call a bakkie. A traffic light we call a robot. Then a barbecue we refer to as a braai, and braais can start at midday and sometimes end at midnight, if not even later. Another one is, instead of saying hello, we say how's it. And my personal favorite is that when we say to someone we're coming now or just now, that can be anywhere from we are 5 minutes away to 2 to 3 hours away. And it's quite funny when you talk on the phone. Often, nearly everyone I chat to will say, I'm coming now or just now, and really you actually have no idea when we're going to be arriving. So slip slops is just another one to add to the many other wonderful words that we have here. How do we get to making slip slops? Now, these aren't just Jim Green slip slops, but rather a collaboration between Q and Jim Green. Now, Q is a rifle business based in the United States, and the owner Kevin often visits this area of South Africa, and he happens to be a big fan of our Jim Green boots and decided to pop into the factory one day. So Kevin, who happens to be a huge fan of slip slops, after visiting the factory, dropped me a message and said, "Hey Gareth, can you guys make me some really durable slip slops?" So I said, give me a couple days and I'll get back to you. After looking into it and the manufacturing process and materials available in South Africa, I dropped Kev a message and I said, "Listen Kev, we can do this for you, but there are plenty of other factories out there that might put this together faster. You might have a lot more variety, and you might get them at a slightly better price." And his reply to me is, "Gareth, no matter what, I want you guys to make these slip slops for me." So a big thanks to Q for the support, and I think what we've come together here is a truly great and probably one of the world's most durable slip slops available. So what makes this one of the world's most durable slip slops? And that is, we are firstly a boot factory, and we are limited to what components we can source. So we put these together using the exact same components that we use in our boot manufacturing process. This is my personal 4-month review of my experience with the Q and Jim Green slip slops. Now, to be honest with you, I've never ever worn leather or a good quality pair of slip slops, and that is because none have ever caught my eye, and we just don't have that much choice here in South Africa. But the past 4 months, I've thoroughly enjoyed these, and I've actually been personally surprised myself, which we'll learn a little bit more about later when we dive through the specs and how these are put together. What I love the most about this collaboration is the funky touch that Q has brought to it. It's definitely out there from our standard normal old boot making designs, and the team at Q really put together quite a funky touch here. What I love the most is the narwhal designed sole. Now, when I noticed how cool this was, when I was walking down to the swimming pool the other day, and I noticed everyone else's slip slops with their boring old whatever lines and dots that were in the sand, but where I'd been walking, you could quite clearly see the narwhal with the Q label underneath, which I thought was quite a nice little touch and something a little bit different. So you can always see and track down where anyone wearing this pair of slip slops has been. Another thing is the really awesome colorways, definitely out there. They come in 4 different colorways. So there's 2 variations of the blue. There's one that comes in a fawn leather and the funky pink sole, and then there's a black waxy with the gray sole. So I love my test pair so much that I actually got myself a bit of a funky fawn and pink combination. Now you're probably wondering what the hell have I been doing in my first pair that I was testing out, and that is pretty much everything. This was a test pair. I've dunked these in the swimming pool, I've dunked them in the sea, I've taken them walking on safari. I've done almost everything that you can do in a pair of slip slops. The reason for the pink and fawn colorway is just for my more normal days. So basically my more formal pair of slip slops where I'm just wanting to look a little bit smarter than my beaten up pair. So what makes this one of the world's most durable slip slops? And that is because it's made in the boot factory with materials we use to make our boots. And one of the biggest components that makes this durable is all in the sole. The sole, we use the same rubber compound that we use on the sole options we use on our boots. The ones that you may be familiar with are our OR sole, which we use on our African Ranger, or on our Anvil sole, which we use on our barefoot options. Those familiar with this rubber compound will know that it is really comfortable, really quiet, and you get a really great amount of wear out of them. Now, when I really noticed this was like a boot slip slop was when I was walking across some really uneven gravel. And if I were to be wearing a pair of plastic slip slops, you know, your foot slides everywhere, you feel every little bit of rock. Sometimes your foot even slides off the slip slop into the rocks, whereas this one just cruised along it as if it was almost like a Toyota Land Cruiser. So this sole really plays a big part in what makes this really durable and built like a boot. Onto the midsole of the slip slop, and what we have here is two combinations of EVA. So the midsole is a slightly softer EVA, obviously for comfort, and we've gone for a slightly firmer bit of arch support EVA, which you can quite clearly see here on the waxy option. Onto the upper, now we have used the same full grain leather that we use on our boots for the lining, and the upper strap is the same full grain leather. Now the question you probably are asking is, are these really that durable, when really what happens with most slip slops is that this really easily pulls through. And right here I have a lasted pair, and I'll show you why this won't happen to you. So here you can see the half lasted pair with the toe thong running through the last, and what we do is we actually pull it a good couple of centimeters down, and the same goes for the strap. Now you'll notice with other slip slops is that normally they just put a tiny little circle here or something that doesn't really last all that long to save on cost, but we actually pull these all the way down, and then these are obviously all come together with the remainder of the bottom of the slip slop. Now you can pull pretty much as hard as you want. I wouldn't suggest doing this, but I'm just showing you for this video, but it is pretty much not going to go anywhere. So that is my 4-month review and inside look into how the Q Jim Green slip slops are made. Let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on the design. If you've got a pair and your feet are ready, let us know how you feel about them. It's currently winter here in South Africa, so I'm very much looking forward to wearing these throughout my summer, although we don't get much of a winter here, so I've still been wearing them on and off on the warmer days. So please like our video, comment below on your thoughts, and if you want to see a bit more content on this Q Jim Green slip slops, then head over to the Q YouTube channel where Kevin gives his little bit of feedback and the rest of the team there.